Hello, I'm Sophiralou and welcome to my channel.
Hello guys, and welcome to this week's video in which I talk about my favourite 5 arty crafty gift ideas that I love doing for other people. These are also fantastic ideas as last minute Christmas gifts if you've worried that you've left someone out, or as like a Christmas gift that isn't going to break the bank. It's always nice to receive something personalised, and it'll make that piece of art that you give to the person lasting and just a little bit more personal than normal. I love receiving myself like customised artwork of other people, and I think it makes an absolute wonderful gift. And these don't just apply to Christmas, you can use them as gifts for every day. So my first thing, and it's possibly the cheapest, is doing a piece of art. Now a piece of art you can do for someone, you can create anything, you can create something of their OC, a portrait, anything that you feel that you would be comfortable in drawing. I love putting personalised pictures in frames. I think it just makes it a little bit nicer, and you don't have to break the bank to get a frame. These frames were £2 for £1 from the pound shop, so it didn't cost me a lot to get these frames, and the art didn't take me that long to do, so it's just something nice and personal that you can give to friends and family. And sometimes you don't have to do the most complicated picture, it can just be a portrait, and that just means a lot to someone, and it would be something personal that you can do for them. It just means that when you give them the piece of art in a frame, it just looks a little bit nicer, and of course it makes the art last a little bit longer for them. Now, yet again, I would class this as my cheapest option because all I've literally had to buy is the frame, and the frame didn't cost that much, so I actually got 2 gifts technically for the price of 1. And because this watercolour paper fits perfectly inside the frame, I didn't have to trim down my paper, and there I was sorted. That's 2 gifts already sorted for members of my family, which is perfect. The next gift I would suggest is homemade Christmas cards. Now the reason why I would put this as my second choice is because sometimes you don't actually have time to do a full piece of art for someone, or you don't really have time to do something huge and you want to cover more than one family member. And Christmas cards are perfect. These custom gift card sets you can get from the works. It's a pack of 10 or 8 for £1 depending on which ones you go for, and all you need is your markers or whatever medium you prefer. I won't suggest watercolour on here, and if you are going to do it on here as well, put a piece of paper underneath the card, just so the markers don't bleed through into the back of the paper. And then you can create your gift cards for anyone. You can use embellishments, you can use what you want, and it's quick, it's easy, it's not that hard to do, and you can do 10 gift cards and you're sorted. The third one I would suggest is a custom notebook. Now this one can be a little bit pricey, pricing from around about £1 to £5 depending on where you go to get your notebooks. I would suggest probably getting a nice, I prefer hardcover over softcover, and get a nice plain one. I actually really love craft notebooks. I love how black and white and darker colours look on craft notebooks. I think they just look really clean and really lovely. And you can get one of these, I got this one from Morrison's of all places, but you can get find these pretty much at any craft store. You can get them in Wilkinson's, you can get them at any store near you, and if you customise a little notebook you can make it personalised for that person. For example, the one I'm doing here, this is from my D&D book. Yes, it's a personalised gift to myself, but it's a gift where that you can give to someone, and in here's plain paper, so it's perfect, so I can take my D&D notes and doodle at the same time. This way it makes it a little bit more personal for the person that you're thinking of, and you're not really breaking the bank. From £1 to £5 per person isn't a huge amount, but I put it third on my list because depending on where you get your notebook from, it can be quite pricey. But I love making these and I love receiving these. I think I've got about 5 of these of different artists just because I love their art style and they make perfect gifts. The fourth one is Christmas baubles. Now you can get these MDF wooden baubles, and I'll leave a link down below, from Amazon. They are, when I bought them they were $3.99. The prices does vary, but these are 10 centimeters MDF bubbles, and I've drawn on top of these with chalk markers. Why chalk markers and not standard markers is because the chalk markers really stand out against the wood. If you're using your standard markers, the colours may not be as bright or as vibrant, so you will struggle to get a bright colour if you don't do that, unfortunately. Make sure you leave either side to dry, and if you can, cover with a sealant. But overall, these cost under, I think it was just under £1 per one to make, so that's 10 people sorted for Christmas. And the string that I'm using was 99p from the works, so it didn't cost me a lot to do these per person. The reason why I put them fourth on the list is because even though they are low cost per person, it still can be quite high to set up, so there is that as well. But they make such wonderful gifts and such personalised wonderful Christmas ornaments as well. And on top of that, they're fun to make. And last on my list is the customised do-it-yourself mug. This mug set I got from Cass Arts. It costs $5.95 in the sales, but not in the sales it was $6.95. You get 6 markers with it and a plain mug. And the whole idea I tried out first of all was I tested out the colours at the bottom. I sketched my rough idea out, and then I roughly penned on what I wanted with a washable marker. Now the reason why I did that with a washable marker and not these markers is because these markers are permanent, and once you put them on, you're not going to be able to wipe the design off. So being able to rough your idea out with a wipeable marker first, or a water-based marker, makes your life a little bit easier. The reason why this is last on my list, but it's still on my list, is because even though it's a high cost item for a single person, and on this list would be the most expensive item per thing, it just makes such a cute personalized gift that you can give to someone. Now this gift is, yet again, it's for myself, but it's meant that I could do something personal if I wanted to. I could do this for a friend, I could do this for a family member, you could do a portrait of someone on it, but it just makes it a little bit more personal. And I think when you're doing a drawing for someone, or when you're doing something customized for someone, it just makes such a nice idea to do something that means something to them. Hence why I put prickles on this mug, because I just thought it'd make a really cute design in general. And overall, I think they're a lot of fun to make. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys managed to do some gifts with it. I know it is super late and we've only got, oh my goodness, it's like, what, 4 days till Christmas? We are so close to Christmas, and it's always the last minute rush to get the last minute gifts. And remember, you may not, if you don't have a lot of money, personalized gifts can mean so much more. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Maybe like, comment and subscribe, but as always folks, stay creative.